All right, guys, we are live. It is Friday, the 22nd of August, and I got a great show for you. Here's some Black Sabbath.
Number 5, New York State. Hub behind you. Thank you.
What up, Pada? You're somebody. I know you. You're like actually somebody I know, aren't you? I think you are.
Say where you go to the war these people know. Oh Lord, yeah.
Oh, okay, Pada. Yeah, well, apparently the rumor is that Donald Trump has ended the Ukraine war. We're going to be going over that. So this is an appropriate song, I believe. Yeah, well, presidents don't make Oval Office announcements over trade deals. Right? This is the Oval Office. This isn't from the press briefing room. This isn't from the Rose Garden. This is from the Oval. Right? That's reserved for big fucking announcements. Very big. Like Donald Trump ended the war. That's what I think happened. And that's what I'm saying. Whoa, what the hell happened here? Hold on. Alright. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. We are waiting for the president to come out and tell us. We've been waiting for quite some time. I imagine he'll come out at 1 o'clock. But it's not just me saying this. Here's from Newsweek, guys. President Donald Trump will deliver a televised address from the Oval Office today. The White House confirmed Thursday. The White House has not released any details on what Trump will say in his address, but it comes following a series of discussions with global leaders in an attempt to find solutions for the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia. Newsweek reached out to the White House for comment via email. Oval Office addresses are rare and typically reserved for moments of crisis or high political stakes, given Trump's remarks added weight. Trump will deliver his televised public address at the White House at noon on today, but it's actually 1 o'clock now, so. In the past week, he hosted Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and European leaders at the White House. While the meeting did not produce an agreement to end the war launched by Russia in February 2022, it laid out groundwork for a long-anticipated trilateral meeting between Trump, Zelensky, and Russian President Vladimir Putin, with whom Trump met at a military base in Alaska. I have solved 7 wars, and I thought this would be one of the easiest ones, but it has turned out to be the toughest one, Trump said. Trump's reciprocal tariffs, which have shaken the global markets since their first announcement in April, will also likely be on the president's agenda. The United States has struck trade deals with the European Union, Japan, Vietnam, but slapped India with steep tariffs in response to its deepening ties with Russia. Washington imposed a 25% reciprocal tariff on Indian goods beginning August 7th, followed by another 25% to India's oil imports. New Delhi has resisted U.S. pressure, instead doubling down on its relationship with Russia. The moves signal a sharp rift. Why is it not coming up? Hold on. Sorry, guys. There we go. Sorry. Okay. Oh, this is the best part. We gotta turn it up. This is my favorite part. Here we go. Yeah! Ozzy's fucking badass. Black Sabbath is all good. Oh, you can't hear me read? Sorry, guys. Yeah, so basically, Newsweek expects that Donald Trump will make an announcement about the war in Ukraine. They don't have any confirmation. No one has confirmed that yet.
Thank you very much.
No one has confirmed that Donald Trump will be ending the war, but that's just what I think. That's just what I think is going to happen, okay? Now, we're still waiting for the president. Let's hit that live button. Yeah, so we're still waiting for the president. Now, since this is a historic moment, this will actually be the definite 7th war that Donald Trump has ended in his presidency, right? Now, I talked to ChatGPT, and according to ChatGPT, Donald Trump is the biggest peace-loving guy ever. Okay, so, yes, Trump has been involved in more diplomatic ceasefires this year than any modern U.S. president in their entire presidency, right? After him, it was Nixon with 3, right? So, you could say Clinton maybe with 4, right? But Donald Trump did, this will be 7. What's up, SD and Uzi? What's going on, guys? Uzi. No, it's not our wars, but it is my president, right? It is my president, and I am very proud of him. Because he's a badass, and he just keeps doing badassery every day. Yes, so according to Trump, according to ChatGPT, and initially it told me no, right? Look at this. Final thoughts. Trump is indeed the current president. Oh, no, wait. That's way back. Those claims aren't supported by independent verification. But yet, after we go through it, he finally has to admit, ChatGPT finally has to admit, that Donald Trump has brokered more peace than any president in history. Okay, here we go. Here's the president. I can hear him. All right.
I'm not looking forward to it.
It's going down.
I already got it.
All the way live. That skipping is not me, that's them, but guys, I'm sorry. I think it's them. Can't just give Ukraine stuff. Pay up, bitches. I agree. I agree. What is going on here? Okay, here we go. All right.
We got a jokester on our hands.
He likes that UK food.
Who is this broad?
It's my little plant.
The Kazakhstan war will end when the Khazarians reclaim Khazaria. Are those real words? You know better than me, SD. I don't know. All right, it looks like we're going to have a minute or two. So while... What the hell is going on here?
Tell them I already have one there.
Okay, while this is going on, we're just gonna mute it for a minute. Right? We're gonna look at some of Donald Trump's greatest moments while we're waiting for him to make his next greatest moment, which will not be his greatest moment because there's a greater moment to come, right? Because it's Donald fucking Trump. Let's go.
We have a country where to assimilate, you have to speak English. I'm not the first one to say this, Dana. We've had many people over the years, for many, many years, saying the same thing. This is a country where we speak English, not
We speak
Spanish.
English,
Trump,
goddammit.
take 30 seconds.
Well, let me just, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times, you'll have, and it doesn't work very well with
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough
a lot
is
of
it?
times,
Sorry, there's a plane going by.
that's all of his donors and special interests out there. So, that's what it is. That's what, and by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for I'm talking about to the television audience? Donors, special interest, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that. I know so many of the people in the audience. And by the way, I'm a self-funder. I have my wife and I have my son. That's all I have. Obviously, the war in Iraq was a big, fat mistake. All right?
Yeah.
Now, you can take it any way you want. And it took Jeb Bush, if you remember at the beginning of his announcement, when he announced for president, took him 5 days. He went back. It was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Took him 5 days before his people told him what to say. And he ultimately said it was a mistake. The war in Iraq, we spent $2 trillion, thousands of lives. We don't even have it. Iran is taking over Iraq with the second largest oil reserves in the world. Obviously, it was a mistake. So George Bush made a mistake. We can make mistakes, but that one was a beauty. We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East.
He should be impeached.
I think it's my turn, isn't it?
You do whatever you want. You call it whatever you want. I want to tell you, they lied.
Okay.
They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none. There were no weapons of mass destruction.
To go
The
after
World
my
Trade
mother.
Center came
He's
down
had the
during
gall
your
to go
brother's
after
reign.
my
Remember
mother.
that.
Hold on.
Let me finish this.
Friends, the World Trade Center came down during the reign of George Bush. He kept us safe. That's not safe. That is not safe, Marco.
Oh, my mom is the strongest woman I know.
She should be running.
This is not about my family.
She should be running. Oh, God, Donald Trump is so awesome. He's so funny. All right.
A tough business to
Yeah.
run for
I know.
president.
You're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader that is
Real
principled.
tough.
You're never going to be president of the
You're
United
real
States
tough,
by
Jeb,
insulting
yeah?
your way to
well,
the
let's
presidency.
see. I'm at 42 and you're at 3. So
Doesn't matter.
far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. You know, you started off over
Okay,
here,
yeah,
Jeb.
they're real
You're moving
words.
over
Okay,
further
great.
and
I didn't know
further.
that.
Pretty soon you're going to be off the
Kazarian.
end.
This
Lose your
doesn't
temper
do.
there. Trump, he wanted casino gambling in Florida.
I didn't want
Yes, you did.
Totally false.
You wanted it, and you didn't get
I
it
would've
because I
gotten
was
it.
opposed to casino gambling
I
before,
promise I would've
during,
gotten it.
and after to be bought by
I
anybody.
promise if I wanted it, I would have gotten it.
No way, man.
Believe me.
Nope.
I know my people.
Not even possible.
I know my people.
But the
I didn't
simple
want
fact
to.
is,
Excuse me. 1 second.
No.
I
The
didn't
simple
want to.
fact is, Donald, you cannot take-
more energy tonight. I like
No.
that. Look,
I was asked the question.
the
Hey, what's
weakest
up, Brian?
person on the stage by
Trump
far
ends the Bushes, he
on
did.
illegal immigration.
You know,
is
that may
Jeb
be his
Bush.
one of his greatest accomplishments was saving us from another Bush. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the shape of the world? Could you imagine if George Bush or Jeb Bush was in during COVID? Oh my God, we'd still be under martial law.
They come out of an act of love, whether you like it or not. He is so weak on illegal immigration, it's laughable, and everybody knows.
That's fine. I don't really
spend
care
a little
about
more
it.
money on the
I can handle
commercials.
it. But if you want to talk about weak,
He also
the simple
said
fact
about
is,
language.
I've laid out
Excuse me.
my plans.
He said
as it
about
relates to
language. For
immigration.
language, 2 days ago he said he would take his pants off and moon everybody, and that's fine. Nobody reports that. He gets up and says that, and then he tells me, "Oh, my language was a little bit rough."
Bragg, for example, that he's
There
been
would be wars everywhere under the Bushes. I know. I hate Bush. I hate anyone named George Bush. I don't care if you're related or
bankrupt
not.
4 times, and it was great because he could use the legal system.
Let me respond. That's another lie.
He did.
I never went
Joker.
bankrupt.
Hold on,
It's another lie.
But hold on.
No, but it's a lie.
Basis
This
of
guy,
his
he doesn't know what
campaign.
he's talking about.
We need someone with a
Just a
proven
lie.
record.
I use the laws to my benefit because I run a company.
Yeah,
I
it was-
never went bankrupt. Excuse me, Jeb.
Yeah.
I never went bankrupt. Never. Now, but you don't want to say that. Jeb
up,
doesn't
Felix?
really believe I'm unhinged. He said that very simply because he has failed in this campaign. It's been a total disaster. Nobody cares. And frankly, I'm the most solid person up here.
Ever ready. It's very high energy, Donald. Mr. Trump?
Humble.
I like Donald. He is an amazing entertainer. Most of his life.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
For most of his life, that's a matter
You
of principle,
are the
and I'll
single
tell you.
biggest liar. You probably are worse than Jeb Bush. You are the single biggest liar.
All right.
This guy lied. Let me just tell you. This guy lied about Ben Carson when he took votes away from Ben Carson in Iowa. And he just continues. And today we had robocalls saying Donald Trump is not going to run in South Carolina, where I'm leading by a lot. I'm not going to run. Vote for Ted Cruz.
Here we go.
This is the same thing he did.
Here we go, guys.
Country of Italy to be with us, and he just got off the plane, and he's a hardworking guy, does a phenomenal job with FIFA. Nobody like him. I'm delighted to welcome FIFA President Gianni Infantino back to
As
the
always,
White House for a
terrible
major
audio,
announcement
terrible
about
audio, guys.
one of the most
I'm sorry about that.
anticipated competitions in all of sports. The 2026, and this is a big deal, I'll tell you, I was so happy to get it, the 2026 FIFA World
What the hell? Why is it doing that?
Cup. And it's going to be the World Cup as we know it. It's the biggest, probably the biggest event in sports, I guess, Johnny, right? Yeah. On December 5th of this year, the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw will take place at the Kennedy Center. Some people refer to it as the Trump Kennedy Center, but we're not prepared to do that quite yet, maybe in a week or so. But right here in Washington, D.C., it's a tremendous honor to bring the global event and this incredible group of people and these unbelievable athletes, the best athletes in the world.
Bro, this better
to
not
the
be
cultural center of our
FIFA.
nation's
He better
capital.
not do this just to talk about
Just left the Kennedy
FIFA.
Center.
No one
We're
fucking
spending,
cares about
a lot of money
FIFA. I'm
wisely
sorry.
on making it really beautiful. It's going to be beautiful again. It's like Washington, D.C. We had, by the way, in Washington, D.C., we have the lowest crime numbers they've had in years.
Come on, you better say that.
Zero. It sounds like it's a horrible thing to say, but I
You better
might as
say
well
that the
it.
Ukraine war is over.
Zero murders in the last week since we've done this. That's the first time in memory that that's happened, if you can believe it, how pathetic that is to have to even say it. And I'm tired of listening to these people say how safe it was before we got here.
Trump trolled you. I know. I know. What's going on?
It was unsafe. It was horrible. And Mayor Bowser better get her act straight or she won't be mayor very long, because we'll take it over with the federal government, run it like it's supposed to be run. The numbers were horrible. It was a crime-infested rat hole. And they do have a lot of rats.
Lesbian dinosaur, lick a lot of us.
And we've made a lot of progress. And it was extremely unsafe, and now it's extremely safe. We had virtually no crime. The number was down 87%, and I'm trying to figure out where was the 13%, because I don't think it existed. The National Guard has been unbelievable, and they're working with the police, and they have some very good people in there. They have some people that shouldn't be police, actually, but they have some great people there. And the Washington, D.C. is a whole different place. And
bro, it better
Johnny,
not be
I'm sure you'll be
this.
happy to hear that too, actually.
We want to hear the real
But
announcement.
it's a whole
No,
different
this is
place.
just his
People are
opening
excited
line,
again.
guys.
They're going out to restaurants again.
He's just building up.
That was the other thing I saw numbers.
He's
That
going to tell you
restaurant
all the
business is
badass
down
things
in the
that he's
last
done.
week. I know. Restaurant business, you can't get into a restaurant.
Right.
Just really lying people. And that's why people don't understand how bad and how dishonest the press is. I saw one poll that had us at 19% favorable on what we're doing with Washington. Then I saw another one that has us 94% favorable. And I can tell you the 94% is correct. The others are fake, just fake news. They got to get their act together. So bad for our country, so sick actually. So Washington, D.C. is really doing unbelievably well. And the Kennedy Center that we're
Why did they
fixing, I was just there all morning
why
with
didn't they design the
contractors
White House
making
with the
it
microphone in
It's going to be
mind?
unbelievable. It's got great bones, but it needs a lot of work.
Ostensibly, that sounds like a dumb question, but they have remodeled the White House like dozens of times. They could have put, that desk could have mics built into it to perfectly pick him up if they wanted it to.
World Cup draw will set up the group stage
Oh my
of
God, maybe it
competition.
is about the
48
World
teams
Cup.
will play in 104 games across 16 North American cities, from Seattle to Vancouver to Atlanta to Miami.
It is.
It's going to be
It's
so
about the
exciting for our
World Cup,
country.
guys.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup will be one of the largest and most complex events. This will be one of the greatest events, one of the largest. In a way, it's like Johnny said it better. It's like having many Super Bowls in a short period of time. Because each one of these
Johnny
games
Chopper's
essentially
doing well.
is a Super Bowl. Some of them are bigger than Super Bowls, actually. But they're essentially, each one of these games is like a Super Bowl. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will be the largest, most complex set of events in sports history. And the Kennedy Center will give it a phenomenal kickoff, and we'll be involved, and they'll be working over there for quite a bit
What the hell?
of time. We have it all set that they can stay there for the big events, the big press conferences and everything else. And they'll be in a very safe capital. That would be nice. You don't have to worry about walking down the street, Johnny, okay?
Thank you.
But you could handle yourself.
I could.
Already, FIFA is projecting 6 million loyal fans will attend the World Cup
I'm
events
doing
next
okay,
year.
Felix.
And 6 billion more are going to be watching back home, and they think the $6 billion number is going to be actually a low number. And this will drive more than $30 billion into the U.S. economy and create 185,000 American jobs in a short period of time, too. No sporting event attracts more attention, more fans, more viewers, or more revenue than the FIFA World Cup. And again, I'll just say it's the World Cup, and it's the
God damn it, why is it being like this?
biggest thing there is in sports, and we have it. And I got it in my first administration, and I was really somewhat...
No, Felix. Shit happened over there. My buddy's parents took that house from him, and Yeah, no, I'm back in the van driving around.
Devastated, as devastated as I can be. I don't have time to get too devastated. I was very happy that today, as you saw, the group that does this, a government group, radical left group, announced that Trump was right. Took in $4 trillion worth of tariffs, that the $4 trillion are going to reduce the deficit by numbers far greater than they ever expected or heard of. And by the way, the stock market went up 1,000 points. That was as of 10 minutes ago. I can't tell you what happened. A lot of things happened. But the stock market's up almost 1,000 points. And it's basically on the news that the release that just came out.
World Cup, better be booze in it.
The tariffs that everybody was talking about, that the whole world respects us for because of what we did. The tariffs are going to be at $4 trillion. They're going to reduce the deficit by $4 trillion, Mr. Vice President.
Pretty good, sir.
Too bad it's not 5, right?
That's right.
It's had a huge impact, and the stock market is way up.
Premium meats, the
we
freshest
got an
seafood, and all your grilling
I haven't
needs.
fixed it
Get
on this
everything
computer
you
yet,
need for
damn it.
your Labor Day weekend here at Jungle
Sorry,
Gyms.
guys.
Jobs. No sporting event attracts more attention or more fans or anything else. And I just look forward to the draw. So we're going to have the draw, essentially, Johnny, at the Kennedy Center. Yep. And by that time, it'll be in even better shape. We're working on it. It's about a year project to make it. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. You see the way this is looking? Look, nice. I can't tell you how much that gold costs. A lot of money. There's nothing like gold, and there's nothing like solid gold. But this
Trump is
beautiful
so
office
gaudy.
needed it. It had to
No
be
wonder he
representative.
loves
When
like
we took it over,
fucking
it was dirty,
Mid-East
not
kings
clean.
and shit. And
I immediately
Vladimir
changed the chair and
Right?
had this beautiful desk renovated, brought out by
Right? They
the
all
White
have
House.
terrible taste.
People that do this, they did a great job. We send it out. We have a craftsman who's great.
Let's just put
But,
gold on
this
everything.
was not appropriate for the Oval Office, what I took over. And now you look at all those paintings you're allowed to turn back. All of these are great presidents, and they were all in the vaults. They were in vaults for some cases much more than 100 years. And now they're proudly hanging on the Oval Office walls. And I can't imagine anybody changing it. But they were buried in vaults for over 100 years, many of them. So it's very exciting. People come in, they really love it. They love what we're doing.
I don't
They love
know.
what we're
I don't
doing
know
in
they
DC,
really do.
and they love what we're doing.
Gold
most
everywhere
importantly in the
sounds
country and
tacky
the
to me,
world.
but
I'd like to ask Johnny to say a few words.
I'm very
He's the head
poor.
of the whole thing. He's been there for a long time. Probably the most respected man in sports. He's amazing, actually. Works very hard, and he's got the biggest event in the world coming right here to the United States. And we did a little for Canada. We did a little for Mexico. We thought, see, I'm a good citizen. I said, let them have a little piece. So we gave a little to Canada. See how nice I am? And we gave a little bit to Mexico. And Johnny, please say a few words.
Thank you, President. Great honor for me to be here with you today.
yeah, it's about the World Cup.
President, Excellency.
This is stupid.
Fantastic to announce what you said, which is the final draw of the FIFA World Cup.
We don't have the
5th
written hookah.
of
I lost
December,
it.
Here in the capital.
I lost
in the
it
Kennedy Center in
programming. I
Washington,
deleted a file
DC
that
at
had the
12
written
noon
hookah
sharp.
in
It
it.
will be broadcast live all over the world.
It's gone
1 billion
forever.
viewers will watch it, and it will determine, of course, the match schedule, which 48 participating teams will play. You said it, 104 matches in 1 month, 104
Well, I
Super
got a
Bowls.
doobie.
This is not just the biggest, the greatest event, not just a sports event, it's a social event as well, with a lot of emotion. We are uniting the world, Mr. President, uniting the world here in America.
Smoke 'em if you
We
got
are
'em.
very proud of that. And those teams, those national teams who will come here to participate in this draw with their coaches, with their presidents, they will all be proud to be part of writing this history. And that's why we brought as well this, which is the winner's trophy. It is the trophy that the winner of the FIFA World Cup wins. Only the FIFA president.
Why don't orphans
presidents
play
of
baseball? I don't know.
countries, And then those who win can touch it, because this is for winners only. And since you are a winner, of course you
I've never
can
wished so
as
much
well,
for a thrown dildo.
touch it. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
the winner
'cause they
trophy.
can
The
never
last
go
one who
home.
lifted that is Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi of Argentina. And here it is in the Oval Office in the White House.
What happened just after the last time the United States went balls to the wall with dumbass terrorists?
That's serious.
I'm gonna guess the Great
well on the
Depression.
wall right over there. We'll put it right below the angels.
But I imagine
Fits well here. I think.
something like that.
You can keep, until we have to give it to the next winner.
That's fine. That's a beautiful piece of gold, I would say. That's beautiful.
That's the World Cup.
6 billion viewers for the World Cup, 6 million
It's not even
coming
a
to the
cup.
matches, 30 billion economic impact, 185,000 jobs. This will be absolutely fantastic. The biggest event ever, and everything will start here in Washington D.C. at the Kennedy Center, or the Trump Kennedy Center. We'll see that how it will be called on the 5th of September at noon sharp. 5th
What do you
of
think it was? The
December.
pebble that started the snowball down the hill? Is that what you think, SD? Let me look at it.
And, if I may,
Will they be
I'm gonna be
doing most
reviewing
of the
it in the
draws, all
background.
of the draws at the Kennedy? Well, how are you going to do that?
yes, we'll do that at the Kennedy Center. We'll do all the other meetings around it with the coaches, with the broadcasters,
That's
with the
great.
sponsors, everything.
I'm
at
gonna
the
ask
Kennedy Center.
ChatGPT on my
The
phone.
whole
You'll be very
World
happy.
Cup starts, and everyone will be happy
Yeah.
because everyone has qualified for the World Cup, and they didn't yet play a game, so they didn't lose yet the game. So they all think they can become world champion, right?
They'll all be happy.
Exactly. Now,
By the way, an example, supposing we had a week ago when everybody was being killed and mugged and everything else, despite the phony numbers that were given out, that it was getting better. Brian, do you believe it was getting better or getting worse?
Oh, the crime was getting worse. I mean, I was robbed. It was getting way worse.
How did the other guy come out?
Well, he came out with like a briefcase.
Yeah, with you.
Yeah. Robert 1, Brian 0.
No, but can you imagine you do this and then you start hearing that they had a 20-year reduction of crime. It's worse. It was worse during the Biden administration than anybody's ever imagined possible. And I guarantee you he wouldn't be here if those numbers continued. But now we have total safety. We have total security. And for the border, in 3 months, 0 people. These are done by liberal people that do these charts. 0 people came through our border in the last 90 days. Can you believe it? 0. Last year we had millions of people coming in. And they came in from the wrong locations. They came in a lot of people that shouldn't be here. So now when we have this event in December, it's going to be very safe. Johnny, you can walk down the street with your beautiful wife.
yeah.
You can take her to dinner if you can get a reservation, which I doubt.
And they are all full, the restaurants.
I know. They're all full. I heard that too. The restaurants aren't. The restaurants, since we are doing this, are doing great.
The Smoot-Hawley Act wasn't the cause because it wasn't signed into law until 1930. So the crash may have the tariffs may have played a role in the widening depression, but the depression was already underway when the tariffs were imposed, according to ChatGPT.
Great. And many new restaurants are going to open because, as you know, many closed. Many restaurants closed because the crime was so bad. This will be
You
one
got
of the
murdered
safest
in
places
DC.
anywhere on earth. So, I really am honored that the National Guard has done such an incredible job working with the police. And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to. And
Really,
after
if
we
you
do
ask
this,
me,
we'll
what it looks like,
go
and
to another
ChatGPT
location.
also
We'll make
says,
it
is that it was the tightening of the money supply that caused the Great Depression. The Fed rate was raising interest rates. Yeah, that's the reason why the dollar is so devalued. It's because it's no longer backed by gold and silver. SD, I agree with that. But okay, hold on. That's a good story. Felix says, in DC, they took a high school trip. A kid was mugged of his camera. Cops found him and returned the camera. A month later, the mailman came to deliver the trip pics and the thugs had took pictures of themselves flashing gang signs. The Federal Reserve has been devaluing our currency since its inception. Yes. Yes. Well, yes. That's exactly true, but it's not all bad, right? Like, the inflation allows the government to print money without raising taxes, right? Which, in the short term, is a good thing, right? Right? It's a bad thing, right? If it were used, like, sparingly, right? In times of emergencies only, right? It would be a very good thing, right? It would be like the best thing, right? But because we constantly are borrowing money and devaluing and slowly devaluing the currency through interest rates, right? It becomes a hidden tax, right? So that's how I see it, right? If you used it the right way so that you weren't constantly borrowing money, then the Federal Reserve is good to have in cases of emergency or times of extreme growth where you just need the money, right? Like, and if it were used that way, it wouldn't deflate the economy to the extent that it is, right? It would essentially be nothing, right? If you barely used it, it would essentially do nothing, right? Especially if you paid it off after you borrowed it. That's how I feel anyway. I could be wrong, but that's how I see it.
Safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this.
Oh, next, he's going to send the National Guard to Chicago, guys. I don't know if I like the idea of the federal government sending troops on the streets. It's not martial law, but it looks like martial law.
And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President.
And Trump doing it opens the door for the next president to do it, which might be a Democrat.
Are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one. But they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help.
You're right. Wilson, Woodrow Wilson, Herbert Hoover, they're all terrible presidents that sold us down the river.
With New York, and we're going to help with, and I think really, a lot of
fucking Joe Biden, right? Franklin or Pierce is another one. All sold us down the river.
And a lot of these people that you see on television, they're including the people in this audience. They'll say bad things about me, and then they'll say, "Thank God he's here," because half of them got mugged, and they don't want to get mugged again. But they work for they work for stupid people that are radical left, and they're made to do things and say things that they don't want to be saying. But the people right here are all happy because you're not going to be mugged in Washington, D.C. anymore. I just want to say Johnny's been my friend for a long time. He's an incredible guy, and we will lay out the red carpet. Andrew, you're going to be fantastic. Rick is going to be everything Rick ever touched.
Okay, I'm going to open it, and I'll read it later.
It's always worked out, and he's working with me on the Kennedy Center.
Something.
And his very good friend was an actor on Broadway for 5 years, right? And I assume he's helping us a little bit, right?
Yes.
And Andrew, you're all excited about it?
Absolutely.
Would you like to say something?
This is a great opportunity, Mr. President, to show off the first 250 years of the United States of America, the greatness, and then the hope and promise of the next 250 years. When you think this World Cup is going to be over our 250th birthday, Mr. President, your leadership, obviously, with FIFA leading the way, this is the largest sporting event in the history of the world under the Trump administration.
Okay, it's pretty dark shit.
I just want to say
am
one
reading
thing.
it, and
Andrew
it's very
Giuliani,
dark.
so his father is Rudy, the greatest mayor in the history of New York, I think by far. He took a ravaged city, a city that was really under siege. Probably most people thought it was going to survive. He turned it around. He was a great, great mayor. And then they treated him very, very unfairly. You go back and tell your father all of the things that have come out over the last couple of months through Tulsi and through all of the people, Cash, everybody. They've proven your father 100% correct. His father was treated so unfairly. Your father has been 100% correct. And tell him we all love him, okay?
Thank you, Mr. President.
He's been amazing. What he had to go through was very, very unfair, nasty. These are bad people. Mr. Vice President, would you like to say something?
Well, sure, Mr. President. Thank you, and thanks to Johnny for being here. We're very thrilled about the World Cup. Just to echo something the President said about crime in Washington, D.C., this is the national capital of the greatest nation in the world, and we had murder rates just a few weeks ago that rivaled some of the worst third world cities anywhere, even in very, very poor regions of the world. Why did we accept that? Why did we allow it to happen? We allowed it to happen because we had broken leadership in Washington, D.C., and unfortunately sitting behind the Resolute desk. What we have shown in just under 2 weeks of taking law enforcement seriously is that the American people can have their streets back.
I know,
if their
Felix, I
leadership
thought we were
is
gonna
willing
end
to put in
wars
the
and
time and the
shit.
resources. Mr. President, you've shown in Washington, D.C. that
That
we
guy
can have
needs a
safe
haircut
streets
and a
again.
shave.
We've just got to have the political willpower to focus on
He's
the bad
working hard
guys
for
and
you
to give
guys.
the American
He
people
doesn't
back
have time for a haircut or a shave. He's busy.
their communities. We are focused on doing that thanks to the President's leadership.
Thank you. And that's a really very small percentage. It's 2%, 3%, but that 2% and 3% wreaks just havoc throughout a community. People are petrified, and I notice a couple of the women in the back are shaking their head, yes, yes, yes. I won't report who you are because you'll end up losing your jobs, but it's true. It's amazing. The
World Cup is not even a cup. Look at it.
And you look
right. The Stanley Cup is a cup, right? The fucking the other World Cup for yachting, right? Isn't that the World Cup? Also, for like yacht races, that is an actual cup, right? I think that the Super Bowl trophy, no, it's not. Yeah. So when we have cups, they're cups. This is like Atlas holding the world up. It doesn't even make sense. Oh, maybe the world is a soccer ball. I don't know.
Look at the D.C. National Guard. I saw pictures of them last
Oh,
night.
speaking of raids, fucking John Bolton's house was raided by the FBI looking for top secret documents.
Getting off vans and all. And I saw some bad ones running, but they're not running so much anymore. They're not there. They're just not even. They're not even trying. You're totally safe. Now there'll be something happening sometime. I don't know. Maybe it won't be for a long time. But this was every night would get reports of people being mugged and killed. There's one woman on television last night. She had a badly busted up nose, and she said, "Well, I like our streets the way they used to be," and she thinks it's going to happen like by doing nothing. And they say, "What happened to your nose?" She got slugged by a guy walking down the street. Slugged. Her nose will never be the same, I guarantee you, unless it takes a pretty good turn. She wasn't really for us.
National
She
Cups,
said, well,
yeah.
maybe something has to happen before this happened to me. She got whacked.
You're
And,
right.
I don't think she'll
You
ever
are
be the
right.
same. She almost became. She was a half a Trump fan. A woman.
I
that would
got
have
you,
never
Lucy.
been a Trump
Lucy
fan.
likes
But she
soccer,
was,
guys. She's
she was
from
hit
Europe.
hard. It's not going to happen anymore.
They don't
Not gonna
have
happen
football
anymore. But then we're going to
over there.
beautify the city too. That's
They have
where I was
soccer.
today at Kennedy Center, and we're going to beautify the city like it hasn't. And we're working with Clark Construction, the biggest construction company in Chicago. And
He doesn't like us making fun of his beloved World Cup.
And the head of Clark is great. He's all over the world, actually. But Washington, I would say, is their home. That's where they do the best work, the biggest work. And they're doing,
Lucy, you want to know what I learned?
They've been doing.
You want to know what I learned? Something about Finland. Finland has a language that is unique to Finland and is not delineated from German or any other Roman or Latin, I mean. It has its own delineation and is not related to any other language in Europe. It's like its own thing. And the Finnish people have like an unbroken like culture and language that goes back like thousands and thousands of years. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that, but I did learn that. Yeah. So I learned something about Finland, Usi, that you guys have your own language that's like, it's unique to Europe, to the world. It has no lineation with like German or anything like that. So that's crazy. Way to go, Usi. So Finland is like an island unto itself. It's not an island, it's kind of an island, but it's like a peninsula, right? Yeah, unto itself. And those people have remained unchanged for like thousands of years. No, you are, but, right, you break off from that earlier language in a different way than German, right? Or in English, right? In a different way than like Latin does, right? They like German and English all break at the same place from there. Like, and Latin breaks, or they don't break from each other, but they break their own, they make their own language, and it comes back and loops around and then re-affects German and English later on, right? So like German and English absorb Latin into it, right? But Finnish doesn't do that. Finnish not only doesn't branch off of that same lineation, but it also does not reabsorb Latin later on. So that's something neat that I learned about Finland. All right, back to the show. Let's not talk about minorities. I hate them.
Doing a fantastic job. So you're going to have a fantastic, clean, beautiful place. It's going to be better
Every person
than
I've met
Literally
3 people
better
from
than it was
Finland, if
before.
you count
We'll get
Usi.
it done very quickly.
And
I
they've
wanna
all been
thank
cool as
Clark,
shit.
because they're doing a lot of work in a lot of different locations, but they've been fantastic for getting us the right contractors and the people that can really do the job right. And Johnny, did you want to say something?
Yes,
None of them were blonde, and I expect all people from Finland to be blonde. But the 2 other Finns I know are not blonde. They have the same color hair as mine.
And enjoy and
like they have
fun.
like
and that's why
dirty blonde.
This is not just the most iconic trophy in the world of sport, but we start on the 10th of September the sale of tickets for the FIFA World Cup.
Euro.
And we have the first ticket here for the final.
But I think that Euro is also an Indo-European language.
It's of course row 1, seed 1 is ticket number 45, 47.
Like they break off.
And it's for the final in New York, New Jersey. And so you have your ticket already for the final. All the others, 10th of September. Start getting your tickets.
But you guys break off. You guys do like your own thing.
Fans will enjoy the security here.
Unique.
Will be fantastic.
You're going to do record business, I think.
100%.
Christy, would you like to say something?
Yeah, Mr. President, millions of people will come to this country, and we'll make sure they get their travel documents, their visas.
Ooh, Christy Nome is
if they
hot
wanna
as
come
shit,
here
bro.
And spend their money and enjoy this sporting event. It'll be the largest event in the world. And sir,
She's
you're
like an
reminding me of
Uber
something
MILF.
that my dad used to say all the time when I was growing up. He would say, Christy, you kids need to look like you respect yourself before anybody's going to respect you. And in this country, when people look at our streets, when they look at our capital, you're bringing respect.
Finnish myths are
back to
largely
the city.
unchanged over
And people will respect our
22,000 years.
country more
Wow.
because it's safe,
Yeah,
it's clean,
that's
it's
another thing.
beautiful.
It's another thing
And
I
what you're
also learned is they have a unique culture that goes back thousands of years.
doing is transforming this nation by making sure that our laws are upheld, and
It's
millions
not like
of people are
Dutch.
going to come and
They're
be
not
able to enjoy
Dutch.
it next year, and I'm excited about that.
I always thought they were Dutch, but they're not. They're totally different. They're more like Slavic people, but not Slavic. They don't come from Slavic. Their language is not related to Slavic.
Thank you for doing that.
Well, our country is respected again. And a year ago, we had a dead country. I'm telling you, it was a dead country. It was a country that had lost its way. It was a country that was going to fail.
I'd like to fuck around and find out about Christie's taco.
Reductions of deficits, and this was totally unexpected. They didn't expect it. I mean, I don't know where they've been, the people that do this stuff, but it's terrible. I want to thank Christie for another reason. I said to her 2 weeks ago, I said, Christie, do me a favor. I built hundreds.
Trump's trying to keep all the Mexicans out. Doesn't he know that having the World Cup here will bring all the Mexicans here?
Hundreds of miles of wall. I built the same wall that the Border Patrol asked me to build. It wasn't my first choice. I wanted to do concrete plank and everything nice, but you wouldn't have been able to see through it. So I had Border Patrol in, and they tested everything else. And we gave them steel wall, high-grade steel, very hard to cut. And we gave inside that is 9,000-pound concrete, which is a very tough concrete. Inside that is rebar, a big, fat piece of rebar. So you have all different materials that are very hard to cut, and you need different instruments to cut each one. And I said, Kristen, we got to get a coat of paint on it. And I didn't know she was listening, but I said, we got to get a coat of paint, and it should be black, because black makes the steel very hot. It's untouchable. You could fry an egg on it.
They're going to paint the wall black, and that's going to keep the Mexicans off it, guys. Because it'll be too hot to climb. It sounds stupid, right? But in the middle of the summer, that wall will be 140 degrees. I bet you money. I bet you money. In the middle of the summer, on a bright sunny day, in the middle of the desert, that wall will be 140 degrees. Right? It sounds stupid, but until you think about it. Right?
And if you got a good black flat paint, it would look beautiful. It will preserve it from rust. And that was it. And I gave it to her along with 30 other things. And she's done such a good job on the border with Tom Homan and the group. Tom Homan's a fantastic guy, what the job he does and the way they work together. So I turned on last night and I see Christie's painting the wall. And it looked beautiful, by the way, when that paint went over there.
And it's hot.
It's hot.
Yes.
It's hot. If
It's
it's white,
hot.
it's not hot. If it's black, it's going to be very hard to climb that sucker. It's not going to be easy. But it's black and a high quality black. You know, it really looked good.
Yeah, we got
Is
the
that going
paint
to be
you
a
told us
two-coat
to.
job or a one
No,
coat?
just one coat.
One coat.
We
Good.
used the paint you told me to buy.
Yep. The two-coat will take place in 3 years from now. Right? We'll do the second coat. But it looks beautiful. But thank
When
you
we
very
get the
much. I didn't
second
know you were
term.
listening to that, 'cause we talked about 7 different subjects. And all of a sudden, I see her out there painting, like a lot of painters and everything else.
Mulligan
but
2028.
it was a beautiful thing to say.
Mulligan.
Would you like to say something?
I'm voting
You've been such a big
Mulligan.
part of this, please.
Mr. President, we're delighted to be here today for this announcement.
Because he got robbed in his first term. They cooed him. They cooed him. They stole the election from him. They robbed him of his second term. He came back. They tried to arrest him. I want Mulligan 2028.
But we're also looking forward to...
If you don't know, Mulligan in golf is a term for when you get to take the shot back, right? It's a mulligan. You give them a mulligan, right? That means a do-over, right? That's why I chose the word mulligan, is because Trump is a golfer. So Mulligan 2028. And it sounds like a guy's name too, right? It's like I'm voting for Mulligan.
Having with the final.
Oh, yes.
On July
Oh, yes.
19th
No, we'll be
in New
there.
York, New Jersey.
We're going to be there. A lot of people are going to be there.
A lot of people.
I'd like to thank you all. Do you have any questions on FIFA, first of all?
It's going to be a big event at the Kennedy Center. Do you intend to take part in it? Will you have a part to play on December 5th?
I might play. I mean, I see the money that these soccer players, you know.
Stop letting them increase your rates.
Oh, no.
I used to let them raise my car
Sorry, guys.
insurance every year until I found.
My son is a very good athlete, and he's a good soccer player. He's on the tall side for soccer. He's 6'9". He's pretty tall. But
T-Man wasn't robbed. We all were. I agree. I agree. That's why I'm voting Mulligan
put on shorts. I
2028.
look extremely good in shorts and enjoying the play. You know, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be good.
Many foreigners who want to come to attend the event are concerned about the visa situation. Can you reassure them?
Yeah, they're going to have a very easy
How hot
time
and
getting
wet
in.
is New Jersey
Certain
in July?
countries are going to be very, very easy. And
Actually, if you have it on the coastline, it's not that bad. We used to go to the coast when I lived in Philly. We'd go to Atlantic City and Wildwood, and it would be cooler because of the ocean.
Other countries are going to be obviously a little bit more difficult. Would you like to explain that, Christy?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a process set up that we'll be implementing on getting visas approved. Everybody will be thoroughly vetted, but they'll be welcome to this country. It'll happen quickly, and we're excited for them to come. So I would hope that around the world, people know that the United States is excited to bring their family here to enjoy this event.
America welcomes the world.
Yes.
And I can really, from the collaboration that we have, testify for that. Absolutely. Thank you.
And I just sent a picture from somebody that wants to be there.
Oh, what's up? We got blind dude, girl, dog
he's
up
been
in
very
here.
respectful of me and of our country, but not so respectful of others. But he'll.
What's up, you
I'm
guys?
going to sign this for him, but I was sent one, and I thought you'd all like to see it. That's a man named Vladimir Putin, who I believe will be coming, depending on what happens. He may be coming, and he may not, depending on what happens. We have a lot of things happening over the next couple of weeks. But I thought it was a nice picture of him. Okay of me, but nice of him. So that was very nice that it was.
Look at me and Vlad. We were good buddies. I sure hope he ends the war. I wish we were having a conversation about ending the war now instead of the stupid fucking World Cup. We're done. I'm done watching this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Newsweek lied to me. Newsweek lied to me, guys. It wasn't the fucking world, or it wasn't the end of the war. It was fucking the World Stupid Cup. Let's watch Jaws 2. No, we're not going to do that. We can watch some more Trump.
To Ben Carson, this guy will say anything. Nasty guy. Now I know why he doesn't have one endorsement from any of his colleagues.
All right, John, I get to respond.
Pick from the buffet there.
He's a nasty guy.
When you point to his own record, he screams, liar, liar, liar. If you want to go...
Where did I support it? Where did I support it?
If you want to go...
Hey, Ted, where did I
If you
support
want to
it?
go and watch the video, go to our website, TedCruz.org.
Where did
you can
I support
see
it, Ted?
out
Now,
of
don't tell me about
Donald's
a
own
video.
mouth. When we
Where
were
did I support it?
You supported it when we were battling over defunding Planned Parenthood. You went on television and said Planned Parenthood does wonderful things and we should not defund
Oh,
them.
it does do wonderful things, but not as it relates to abortion.
So tell me, what are the wonderful things? What are the wonderful things it does?
There are wonderful things having to do with women's health.
You see,
but
you and I
not when it
agree on
comes
that.
to abortion.
You can go into Planned Parenthood and get a fucking handful of condoms.
Not when it comes to abortion. That's where I
John, the reason...
Mr. Trump, talking about the polls, I'm beating him awfully badly in the polls.
But you're not beating Hillary.
So
You're not beating Hillary.
Well, then if I can't beat her, you're really going to get killed, aren't you? First of all, Rand Paul shouldn't even be on this stage. He's number 11. He's got 1% in the polls, and how he got up here, there's far too many people. And
Mr. Trump.
I never attacked him on his...
Trump should have chose Rand Paul as his vice president. I don't know why he didn't do that. He should have done that. I was hoping for that in the very beginning. I was hoping for a Trump-Paul ticket. Like, that would have been awesome. We would have had a very different outcome during COVID had Rand Paul been vice president.
Look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you.
He said back in 2006, gee, I hope it does collapse because then I can go in and buy some and make some money. Well, it did collapse.
That's called business, by the way. And Hillary, I just ask you this. You've been doing this for 30 years. Why are you just thinking about these solutions right now? For 30 years you've been doing it, and now you're just starting to think of solutions.
Well, actually,
I will bring back jobs. You can't bring back jobs.
Well, actually, I have thought about this quite a bit.
Yeah, for 30 years.
I have, well, not quite that long.
Oh, my God. That's why Hillary lost the election. Look at how she cannot handle being put under pressure, right? Let's just go back, right? Watch how she cannot handle being pressured.
Bring back jobs. You can't bring back jobs.
Well, actually, I have thought about this quite a bit.
Yeah, for 30
and
years.
I have, Well, not quite that long debt.
But you have no plan.
Oh, I do.
Secretary,
in fact,
you
I
have no
written
plan.
A book about it. It's called Stronger Together. You can pick it up
That's
tomorrow.
about all you
Folks,
at
we're
the
gonna-
bookstore. So if you want to see in real time what the facts are, please go and take a look. Because
And take a look at mine also, and you'll see. She's telling us how to fight ISIS. Just go to her website. She tells you how to fight ISIS on her website. I don't think General Douglas MacArthur would like that
All right,
too
the
much.
next-
No, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do.
No, we're not.
See, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do. No wonder you've been fighting. No wonder you've been fighting ISIS your entire adult life.
Oh my God, that is true though. That is true. That is. Then she probably helped create it too.
I feel that by the end of this evening, I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not?
So it's negotiable?
It's not negotiable. No, let her release the email. Why did she delete 33,000?
Well, I'll let her.
Trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So
That makes
if
me
he's
smart.
paid
I was against the war in Iraq, just so you put it out.
The record shows otherwise.
The record
but why
does not show
Why
that.
is your
The
judgment?
record shows that I'm right.
Mrs. Clinton?
Well, I have much better judgment than she does. There's no question about that. I also have a much better temperament than she has.
Hillary
You know,
has a sweet
I have a
hairdo,
much better.
my ass.
Hillary has experience.
Bro, she looks like the fucking little boy from Home Improvement. Zachary Ty Bryan or whatever his name was. Jonathan Jason Hampson or whatever the fuck his name was. Right? Zachary, the boy from fucking Home Improvement. Right? Remember that show? She looks like the little boy from that show.
But it's bad experience. We have made so many bad
You had that
deals
same
during the
exact
last.
haircut.
So she's got experience, that I agree, but it's bad experience. Whether it's the Iran deal that you're so in love with, where we gave them $150 billion back, whether it's the Iran deal, whether it's anything you can name, you almost can't name a good deal. I agree. She's got experience, but it's bad experience.
Oh, it is. It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton, it's just not true. And so please
you
go
didn't
to
delete him?
Allow her to respond, please.
personal email.
Bro, that's the best. That trumps Reagan's. I will not use my opponent's youthful inexperience against him, or whatever however the line goes. That beats that. That is the best line ever delivered in a debate in history.
Not official.
33,000?
Well, we turned over 35,000. So it was.
What about the other 15,000?
Please allow her to respond. She didn't talk while you talked.
Yes, that's true. I didn't.
Because you
I
have
didn't
nothing
in
to
the
say.
first. I'd like to get to the questions that the people have brought here tonight to talk to us about.
And get off this question.
If he wants to start, he can start.
Go ahead, Hillary.
No, go ahead, Donald.
No, I'm a gentleman, Hillary. Go ahead.
Secretary Clinton?
He's a gentleman. Ladies first. Ladies first, guys. We're always going to let the ladies go first. That's what we do. They'll be the greatest ladies since Lincoln. They will be.
She complains that Donald Trump took advantage of the tax code. Well, why didn't she change it? Why didn't you change it when you were a senator? The reason you didn't is that all your friends take the same advantage that I do. And I do. You have provisions in the tax code that, frankly, we could change. But you wouldn't change it because all of these people give you the money so you can take negative ads on Donald Trump. And I say that about a lot of things. You know, I've heard Hillary complaining about so many different things over the years. Oh, we should have done this. But she's been there for 30 years. She's been doing this stuff. She never changed, and she never will change. She never will change.
Did you use that $916 million loss to avoid paying personal federal income taxes?
Of course I do. Of course I do. And so do all of her donors, or most of her donors. I know many of her donors.
But that's not the point here.
Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it?
Because I was a senator with a Republican president.
Oh, really?
I will be the
you
president.
You could have done it. If you were an effective, senator, you could have done it. If you were an effective senator, you could have done it. But you were not an effective.
Please allow her to respond. She didn't interrupt you. Secretary Clinton, does Mr. Trump have the discipline to be a good leader?
No.
Right? You have to get it done through Congress. So he has a point. If you wanted to do it and you were good at your job, you could have got it done.
I'm shocked to hear that. Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this
person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit that the Russians.
Which has led to the slowest GDP growth since 1949.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. You told me in July when we spoke.
I ask a simple question. She's been doing this for 30 years. Why the hell didn't you do it over the last 15, 20 years? You were very much involved. Excuse me. My turn. You were very much involved in every aspect of this country. Very much. And you do have experience. I'd say the one thing you have over me is experience, but it's bad experience because what you've done has turned out badly. She shouldn't be allowed to run. She's guilty of a very, very serious crime. She should not be allowed to run. And just in that respect, I say it's rigged because she should never, Chris, she should never have been allowed to run for the presidency based on what she did with emails and so many other things.
There was even a time when he didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged against
Should have gotten it.
This is a mind, as will Donald, assuming he can't figure out how to get out of it. But what we want to do is to replenish the Social Security Trust Fund by making sure that we have sufficient.
Is that you're going to extinguish 180 million people with their private health care that they're very happy with.
That's simply not true.
Well, you're certainly going to socialist. You're going to socialist medicine. Your party doesn't say it. Your party wants to go socialist medicine.
My party is
and
me.
socialist
right
healthcare.
Now, I am
and
the
they're going to dominate
Party.
you, Joe. You know that. That was the worst part of Obamacare.
Sir.
Chris,
You're
that was the
debating
worst
him,
part
not
of
me.
Obama.
Let me ask my question.
Well, I'll ask Joe. The individual mandate was the most unpopular aspect of Obamacare. I got rid of it.
I'd like you
and we
to,
will protect
Mr.
people
President,
with
I'm the moderator of this debate, and I would like you to let me
The
ask.
squirrels are so cute and smart. But no, you should leave them outside. But they are cute and smart.
My question, and then you can answer.
Go ahead.
So my question, sir, is what is the Trump health care plan?
Right. Well, first of all, I guess I'm debating you, not him, but that's okay. I'm not surprised. Let me.
Oh, guess what I saw yesterday? I saw 2 does and a fawn. I saw a doe and a fawn on one street, and then later on that day, I saw a fawn by herself. I saw 2 does and a fawn. I saw the doe by itself. Yeah. I saw 2 female deers and 1 baby deer. All on the same day. The 1 female deer might have been it could have maybe even been, no, they were like a mile away from each other. There's no way they were the same deer. Oh yeah, the squirrels love to fuck with dogs. They love doing that. Squirrels are awesome, but leave them outside. You should leave them outside. They don't want to be in your house anyway. They don't want to be inside. You don't want them inside. They're meant to be outside. But they are cute and funny and smart. They're smart.
Joe,
They're
you
clever.
agreed with Bernie Sanders, who's far left, on the manifesto, we call it.
That
gives you socialized medicine.
Look, hey,
Are you saying
I'm not
you
going to
didn't
listen to him. The fact of the matter is, I beat Bernie Sanders.
Not by much.
I beat him a whole hell of a lot. I'm here standing facing you, old buddy.
Pocahontas would have left 2 days early. You would have lost every primary.
All he knows how to
on
do
Super
is hurt.
Tuesday. You got very lucky.
Here's the deal.
But you
I just want to make sure.
Joe, you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
I want to make sure.
Mr. President, can you let him finish, sir?
No, he doesn't know how to do that. He has,
You'd be surprised.
You pick
You'd be surprised.
the wrong guy, the wrong night at the wrong time.
Listen, you agreed with
Here's the
Bernie
deal.
Sanders to the
The
manifesto.
whole number 2.
You just lost the left.
Number 2.
You just lost the left. You
Look at what he
agreed
does.
with Bernie.
Look at how he just fucking stumped by. This is the first debate, right? And he fucking just left him speechless.
Bernie Sanders on a plan.
Folks,
absolutely
folks,
agreed
do you have
to,
any
and under that
idea
plan,
what
you have
this clown's
socialized,
doing?
They call it
Mr. Do you have any do?
socialized medicine.
Right, and Biden comes back with an ad hominem because he can't argue his way out of what Joe Biden or what Donald Trump just said. And so when your argument has failed, feign indignance. That's how you do it, right? That is how you know that Joe Biden was desperate, right? That's probably what they look. Every time you just don't know what to say, make an ad hominem and act like you're insulted.
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. 47 years you've done nothing. And I want to keep it open. And we did a great thing by shutting it down. Wait a minute, Joe. Let me shut you down for a second, Joe, just for 1 second.
Vice President Biden, you are holding much smaller events with...
Because nobody will show up.
People with...
Nobody shows up.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. How did Kamala fill up stadiums and Joe Biden couldn't get 10 people? You know what it was? It was the Biden team was afraid to let people in because if Joe Biden caught COVID, he would have died. That's what it was. They were so afraid of Joe Biden dying that they wouldn't let nobody in. I bet you that's what it was.
In 47 months, I've done more than you've done in 47 years, Joe. We've done things that you never even thought of doing, including fixing the broken military that you gave me, including taking care of
Lucy, where are
Name one group that supports you. Name one group that came out and supported you.
Go ahead. If they're redacted, how do you know about them?
We don't have time to do anything.
Think I say shooter one redacted.
Name one law enforcement group that came out and supported
gentlemen, I think I'm going to take back the moderator's role.
I don't think there are any.
Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Not militia. That's what his FBI, FBI director said.
Well, then you know what?
No, we're done, sir. We're moving on to the next. We're moving.
When a bat hits you over the head, that's not an idea.
Everybody in your administration behind there were heroes.
Really?
And I resent.
Are you talking about Hunter? Are you talking about Hunter?
I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about.
I don't know Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter got thrown. Hunter got.
Listen to how they tried to stop him from talking about the laptop. Listen, they were like, no, we're not talking about that.
Thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. He wasn't dishonorably.
Cocaine use. And he didn't have a job until you became vice president. And once you became vice president, he made a fortune in Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
that is simply
various
not
other places.
True.
He made a fortune.
My son.
And he didn't have a job.
You're done in this segment.
He called the military.
This is actually a sad moment. They cut it out. Joe Biden doesn't realize. Joe Biden goes on and talk about Bo. It's actually one of the saddest moments I've ever seen.
Vice President,
stupid bastards.
I did not.
Because Joe Biden has no idea what's going on.
He said, stupid bastards. He said it.
Stop.
I would never say that.
Play it.
As you know, today there was a big problem. In Philadelphia, they went in to watch. They were called poll watchers, a very safe, very nice thing. They were thrown out. They weren't allowed to watch. You know why? Because bad things happen in Philadelphia, bad things. They cheat. Hey, they found ballots in a waste paper basket 3 days ago, and they all had the name military ballots. They were military. They all had the name Trump on them. Very soon, I say we're learning to live with it. We have no choice. We can't lock ourselves up in a basement like Joe does. He has the ability to lock himself up. I don't know. He's obviously made a lot of money someplace, but he has this thing about living in a basement. People can't do that. By the way, I, as the president, couldn't do that. I'd love to put myself in the basement or in a beautiful room in the White House and go away for a year and a half until it disappears. I can't do that. Number one. Number two, I don't make money from China. You do. I don't make money from Ukraine. You do. I don't make money from Russia. You made $3.5 million, Joe, and your son gave you. They even have a statement.
All right, guys, that's where we're going to leave it. That's some of Trump's greatest moments. I thought this was going to be another great moment, but who gives a shit about the World Cup, honestly? How did he lose? I have no idea. Oh, really? Really? Okay. Okay. Okay, Uzi, I'm going to have to look into that. One of them was named George Bush. That's all I know. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.